In this bulletin, history created as Coca-Cola girls and boys division titles head to the west. Vanuatu thanks Fiji for its swift response to help after tropical cyclone hit the island country. And Fiji marks 100th anniversary of Anzac Day with dawn service. Good evening, I'm Akusita Tale and this is FBC News. For the first time in the 49-year history of the Coca-Cola Games, the girls and boys division titles is heading to the Western Division. This after Natambua High School and Jasper Williams High School dominated the two-day meet. Natambua scooped a total of 32 medals while Jasper took out 36 medals. More on that will come in our sports segment. No major incidents were recorded during the first day of the 2015 Coca-Cola Athletics competition. Police Chief of Operations ACP Rusiate Tunravu says they have noticed a change in the behavior of students compared to previous years. Shireen Lata reports.
Close to 70 officers from various units of the police force were deployed to monitor and provide security at the Anzac National Stadium.
Did not record any incident apart from a few minor incidents that took place, but nothing serious as of that can be recorded in our police for investigation.
ACP Tundravu says students and supporters were on their best behavior and were out to enjoy the best of secondary school competition.
The rivalry is not there, in the sense that they would like to go out from there and then continue as we used to see in the past. But there seems to be a very jovial mood. Athletes and students are enjoying themselves.
Police will also be expecting a spillover of people into the capital city after the games. And due to the planned park jam organized by the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation, police will be monitoring movement. Parents and guardians are asked to keep tabs on their children's whereabouts. Shireen Lata, FBC News.
Police officers have been out in the capital for 2 weeks now, clearing the streets of drunkards after reports of disorderly behavior and harassment. The incidents have prompted the Prime Minister to call for moderate consumption of alcohol.
Police presence was strong in the capital city this morning, herding patrons out of nightclubs and sending home those who were visibly intoxicated. 4 people were also arrested for drunk and disorderly behavior. Chief of Operations ACP Rusiate Tundravu says such acts will not be tolerated.
We have noted the changes from last week as we beef up on the areas of concern, drinking spots, nightclubs. We will again be on the full force this weekend.
The police canine unit was also out in case some people became unruly. This riot buzz also made things clear: obey the law or end up in the cell. Speaking at the opening of a new brew house in Suva yesterday, the Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama has also called for responsible drinking.
Moderate consumption is also vitally important to prevent the huge burden that excessive alcohol intake and the diseases of alcoholism is placing on our health system.
He has also called on those who can't handle their drink to refrain from drinking alcohol in the first place.
I know that both the government and the liquor producers in Fiji share the same philosophy, that a drink or two is fine, but too much alcohol is not only a health risk to the individuals involved, but a social risk to the stability and financial well-being of Fijian families. And if people don't drink responsibly, they should definitely consider not drinking at all.
Police are working with nightclub owners, bouncers and security officers to ensure the streets are safe for everyone. Shireen Lata, FBC News.
The Vanuatu government has thanked Fiji for its swift response to the disaster caused by tropical Cyclone Pam on March 13th. Foreign Minister Sato Kilman delivered the message while on transit in Nadi. Fiji's quick action to help our neighbor Vanuatu after tropical Cyclone Pam wreaked havoc on the island nation did not go unnoticed.
We had a very early assessment team to Vanuatu, both from the National Disaster Office in Fiji and also with members of the military force. Soon after that, we had more engineers from Fiji come over from the military. We had volunteers from the medical sectors and also from the Ministry of Health and from other organizations as well.
Sato Kilman says the quick response indicates that Fiji can be counted on for help.
Fiji is a good friend. Fiji is a friend in the region and one that can be able to stand by its neighbors when they're in problems.
The foreign minister says Vanuatu continues to receive donated supplies and financial help from Fiji.
At this point, I would like to thank all the people in Fiji for the big support that we got from Fiji.
It's now over a month since Tropical Cyclone Pam hit Vanuatu on March 13th, but the Fijian government continues to offer its assistance. Yesterday, a check of over $150,000 was donated to help students affected by the cyclone. There are currently over 50 Fijian personnel assisting in rehabilitation efforts. Eleanor Turangaiwiu, FBC News.
Fiji was the first country to mark the 100th anniversary of Anzac Day today with the dawn service at the military cemetery in Suva. Anzac Day is celebrated on the 25th of April every year, honoring the brave men and women who fought at Gallipoli in Turkey during World War I. Chanel Sivan reports.
A solemn service as Fiji joined thousands of Australians and New Zealanders this morning in remembering those who sacrificed their lives in the battle at Gallipoli in the year 1915. Australian High Commissioner to Fiji, Margaret Toomey, called on those present to preserve the legacy of the men and women who lost their lives during the battle.
We pay tribute too to the Turks who suffered immense losses defending their homeland. The Battle of Gallipoli shaped our national identities. Our soldiers endured days of horror and sorrow, lifting themselves out of the trenches time and again to fight.
Around 58,000 Allied troops were killed in the 8-month slaughter. Of these, 11,000 were Australian and New Zealand soldiers.
Anzac Day has become one of the most significant events in Australia and New Zealand's national calendars. And this morning, wherever in the world there are Aussies and Kiwis, they will be gathering to commemorate this most solemn of anniversaries.
Also there to pay tribute were the President Ratu Ipeli Nailatikau, Minister for Defence Timothy Natuva, RFMF Commander Brigadier General Mosese Tikwetonga, government representatives and diplomats, along with Australians and New Zealanders living here. Chanel Shivan, FBC News.
The Ministry of Employment is getting legal advice to clarify an issue about the category of workers covered under the national minimum wage. Employment Minister Churchi Conrote says the minimum wage will increase from $2 to $2.32 on the 1st of July. Conrote says they hope to iron out the issue before the new wage comes into effect.
And we've had a number of discussions now with one employer in particular who's expressed concern about the fact that we may need to consider the trainees or people who are not really or fully qualified as employees in that particular sector.
Under the minimum wage regulations, any business found not complying with the new rate will be liable for a fine up to $20,000 or up to 2 years imprisonment or both. Still to come on FBC News, French armed forces to conduct aerial surveillance exercise over Fiji's exclusive economic zone.
So what was the question again? Oh, why is it called the traffic jam? Well, the reason is, it's because I have two really cool cars. Seriously cool cars. And I love drifting, racing, because I am fast and slick, and plus I like to create a bit of traffic jam myself with a whole lot of great music. Bulumnaka, my name is Real, your host and DJ, right here on the Today FM Traffic Jam every weekday from 3 p.m. to 7, right here on Today FM, today's hit music.
Welcome back, this is FBC News. An investment and trade delegation from New Zealand yesterday paid a courtesy visit to Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama. Headed by the President of the Fiji-New Zealand Business Council, Chandar Sen, the delegation is in the country to explore various trade and investment opportunities. Sen told the Prime Minister so far they are pleased with the responses they have received from the various ministries and departments on their applications. Fiji's Honorary Consul in Auckland, Harish Lodia, also highlighted that he has held talks with the Ministry of Health regarding medical aid to Fiji. The delegation are here attending the Fiji Business Seminar this week. The French Armed Forces in New Caledonia will conduct joint exercises on economic exclusive zone with the Fiji Navy. As part of the exercise, the French Armed Forces surveillance aircraft will fly over Fiji waters for 15 hours in every month. The cooperation follows a visit to Fiji by the Chief Commander of the French Armed Forces in New Caledonia, Brigadier General Luc de Revel, last October. Savera Tambua has the story.
France and Fiji have common frontiers, and there is a need to control our EEZ, not only to protect our waters, but also to detect drug and human trafficking. French Ambassador Michael Djokovic says this cooperation is a partnership between equals.
EEZ surveillance has made maritime cooperation between our two nations as a strategic necessity. France is a country of the Pacific with tangible interests and with two frontiers with Fiji. These frontiers are with Wallis and Futuna and with New Caledonia. Like Fiji, we are facing the same challenges when it comes to illegal fishing or drug trafficking in our two EEZ.
FMF Commander Brigadier General Moses Tiguitonga says Fiji's participation is a boost that will ensure safety on our maritime zones.
We have agreed that we will have a coordinated effort in ensuring safety for seafarers and also continue to monitor the different vessels that traverse our maritime economic zone. France being a major player in the maritime zone in the Pacific, as they are based in New Caledonia, and also have economic exclusive zone responsibilities in Wallis and Futuna, will continuously help the Fiji Navy in ensuring continuous patrolling, monitoring, and search and rescue operations in the both EEZ of Wallis and Futuna and also Fiji.
The officers will undergo basic French language courses before they leave for New Caledonia. Their Commander Brigadier General Moses Tiguitonga will leave first on Sunday to meet with the Chief Commander of the French Armed Forces in Noumea. Savera Tambua, FBC News.
Nausori is in for an economic boom, according to local government minister Praveen Kumar. While on an official engagement, Kumar highlighted that 45 new businesses have opened or will open in the township this year. Edwin Nand reports.
Nausori is growing. That, in a nutshell, describes what's going on in the Delta town.
In the next few months' time, the people of Nausori will witness the municipal council funding and the government funding projects, capital projects here in Nausori.
The most urgent project underway right now is the new bus stand and market. Come next month, vendors will start moving in, and the site of the soon-to-be closed market will take on a completely new look.
This municipal market will be the biggest market in this country with 1,800 vendors. Along this, the current market, as soon as the vendors will move to the new market side, we will redevelop that into a mall.
Bala confirms the new developers for the project will be named in about a fortnight. Other developments in Nausori include road upgrading works to improve transport services and a new Nausori hospital within the town centre. The minister says investors should have no issues with setting up shop in Nausori, given the government's long-term plans. Edwin Nand, FBC News.
Another new resource center has been opened by government, and this time it's in Nailanga village in Ba. This takes the number of resource centers across the country to 69. Eleanor Turangaiview reports.
Resource centers are being built with the aim of enhancing skills and income-generating opportunities for women. For the women of Nailanga village, it will help create opportunities for them to produce handicrafts to earn income for their families.
I'm told the Nailanga Center will concentrate on producing a variety of handicrafts made out of voi leaves laced with water pearls, which will eventually develop into a handicraft one-stop shop.
Rosie Akbar says government has allocated a large sum of money in the construction of resource centers. And it's now up to the women of Nailanga to make good use of the new facility.
The onus is now upon us to prove that the center is a worthy investment by the government. I plead with you, the Center Committee, Management Committee and the Village Development Committee to work together to ensure the products that are produced and sold to the market and that real financial gains come into the homes of the Nailanga community.
The center will not only cater for the women of Nailanga village, but also all women and women's groups that come under the umbrella of the Mba Women's Forum. The Twimba and the Atalete Korerua donated the piece of land on which the center is built.
So it would empower the women and help them economically, because the trainings and the production of their products will now have a fixed place.
It's very important for the women and for their empowerment, and I think this will help us and all the ladies in the community.
The ministry hopes that through the center, the women of Mba will be provided with entrepreneurship skills that will promote self-reliance and build their confidence to participate in decision-making and development initiatives. Eleanor Turangaibiu, FBC News.
Coming up in sports, Natambua and Jasper Williams take top honors. And Eunice Besse claims top athlete award.
Ya bila boleh untuk apa cuma ini masih mau kena pula FM 62 na seri na ngona ni ndende manda kay Central Rental sa pag kanya mo sumo ko terminichi me ba na koloko. Ni sa bola.
Oya o mati soni dalai.
Go nga mo sidon.
Na mati ke raw mena tolu kena bitu. Ena via kabi, moliti kena pon rombuka.
Goria na lali ne kabi. Bola FM 62 na seri.
Welcome back, this is FBC Sports. As mentioned earlier, it was a historic day for Western Giants, Natambua High School and Jasper Williams High School in winning the girls and boys title at the Coca-Cola Games. The two schools never lost their lead from day one and put on a masterclass performance to the delight of their fans.
Batini Sabu Ulayata led Natambua High School's charge for their first ever Coke Games title after winning the senior boys 200 meters final. From day one and coming into the final stretch today, it was clear that Natambua was here to win. It was a momentous occasion for Natambua, and it all came down to a thorough preparation.
We give thanks to God Almighty, not only Lautoka, it's the whole of the West, cheering Natambua behind. And we would like to thank our sisters, Natambua School, Jasper, winning the girls' title.
Jasper Williams High School are on cloud 9 as they claim the girls' title for the third year in a row. The reigning champions build on a solid lead from day one and blitz the track and field to maintain their winning streak.
It is not an easy job for what we have achieved today. I think it's very special because of the way the girls won it today. They actually started off in day one with a very good start and they finished it today in a very, very special way that just makes the 3 in a row very special.
This rare achievement by Natambua and Jasper Williams High School was a fitting finale to what has been an outstanding two-day meet. With 24 new records being set, it is no wonder that the majority of athletes in the Team Fiji squad to the Pacific Games are from secondary schools. Talendo Kavak, FBC Sports.
Eunice Besse has set another record in the senior girls 200 meters. The national rep slashed 0.31 seconds off the record she set in the heats event yesterday with a new time of 24.68 seconds. This is Besse's second gold medal after winning the senior girls blue ribbon event last night.
And off they go. A good start by Eunice Bessie as a national rep. She shows it. She's coming around the bend. Eunice Bessie in front, leading the way across. She'll like to have easy race here. Eunice Bessie away in front. It'll be a battle for second place between Jasper and Andy the Kambao School. Andy the Kambao School trying to put pressure on Eunice Bessie. Eunice Bessie with about a 3-meter gap coming across onto the 50-meter mark, onto towards the 30 to 20. And Eunice Bessie will bring it home in first place. In second is Andy the Kambao.
Feeling great, but also like thank the competitors for giving competition, for breaking the record. So yeah.
Natambo's Batinisavu Uluyata caused an upset in the senior boys 200 meters final by defeating blue ribbon champion Aaron Powell of Gospel High School.
But they're on their way again. And yes, it's a clean start in there right on the inside. It looked like Gospel High School right away. Right from the beginning on the outside of him is Narambua High School. The tussle is on and Narambua High School is coming through and going ahead of Aaron Powell. It's going to be Narambua instead of Powell. It is an upset here in Narambua High School. He goes through in 21.49.
I feel great, awesome, because this is my last day for Natambo High School, and I want to give something to school. And this year we want to make history, so we did all our best. We just trying to do our best for today, and until the football finish.
Maris Brothers High School's Mustafa Falls and Gospel High School's Eunice Bessie claimed the best male and female athletes overall at the Games. Falls broke the records he set last year in the senior boys discus and shot put. Bessie received the best female award for breaking the 18-year-old record in the senior girls 200 meters and equaling the record in the girls 100 meters. Looking at the final medal tally, Natambo High School and Jasper Williams were far ahead of the pack at the end of day 2. The Lautoka base collected a total of 32 medals, with Queen Victoria School and Maris Brothers High School finishing second and third respectively. Suva Grammar School and Ratu Kandavulevu School rounded off the top 5 school in the boys division. Jasper Williams High School's 21 gold medal haul was enough to give them the winning, with Andy Dakumbao School only managing 7 gold medals. Natambo High School came in third, with St. Joseph Secondary School finishing in 4th place. The Team Wellington football side is not looking to settle for second spot when they clash with Auckland City in the final of the Fiji Airways OFC Champions League tomorrow in Suva. Defending champions Auckland City are favourites to retain the title, but Wellington is determined to put up a good fight in their maiden appearance in the regional tournament.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic experience. It is tough, as Ivan's just said, the quick turnaround in games. You don't get much recovery, so there's been a big focus on managing our bodies and nutrition and hydration, and really focusing on that to be able to perform at peak level in each game. So it has been tough, but really pleased with how Wellington's performed. Obviously, it is the first time.
Auckland City will face Team Wellington in the final of the Fiji Airways OFC Champions League at 7 p.m. tomorrow at the ANZ Stadium. Meanwhile, Auckland City FC player Takuya Iwata has donated 14 boxes of football gear to Nasinu Primary School. The defender brought the football game to Fiji after he saw the enthusiasm and enjoyment of local sport children for the sport during Auckland City FC's OFC Champions League campaign. Iwata, active on social media, put out a call to supporters in his home nation of Japan to donate football boots, playing kit and replica tops to give away, and the response was overwhelming.
This is a gift from my friend in Japan for Auckland City Football Club.
We're here at Nasinu Muslim Primary School, just as they're preparing to break up for their end of term. And Takuya's obviously now just able to hand that gear out, and the kids are absolutely loving it. Auckland City Football Club has a really active social responsibility program within house. There was a lot of donations made to the Butterfly Trust in Vanuatu just after Cyclone Pam, and this is a further extension of Auckland City's reach into the Pacific, into Oceania.
Generally, fine weather prevailed over the country today. A trough of low pressure lies slow moving over Solomons and extends eastwards over Otuma to south of Samoa and southern Cook Islands. The lowest temperature for the day was recorded by Savu Savu at 29 degrees. Lambasa recorded the highest at 33 degrees. And tomorrow, brief showers of the interior and eastern parts of the larger islands, fine apart from afternoon or evening showers elsewhere, moderate east to southeast winds, fresh at times, moderate to rough seas. Fine apart from brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands, cool at night. And recapping our top stories, history created as Coca-Cola Girls and Boys Division titles head to the west. Vanuatu thanks Fiji for its swift response to help after tropical cyclone hit the island country. And Fiji marks 100th anniversary of Anzac Day with dawn service. Our question this week, would stiffer penalties for traffic offences be a deterrent for road accidents? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizensize@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FBC News, or if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That's FBC News for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. Good night.